Okay, made the flea market rounds today and picked up a small amount of interesting things. The main thing of interest is this JVC-Delmonico AM FM stereo tube radio from around 1963. This is a Japanese built radio in a wooden cabinet. Has front and side firing speakers, and the side firing speakers are concealed behind these swing out panels here. I guess these are designed this way to direct the sound towards the front of the radio. Lady I bought it from at the flea market said she plugged it up to test it, and she heard a loud pop and saw a wisp of smoke come out of the back. And once I removed the back cover, it didn't take long to see what blew up. So I will show you that now. Here's the back cover of the radio. This is a model FMS 413U. Here's the inside of the radio showing the chassis. This appears to be our main chassis here, and this little side chassis looks like a multiplex decoder chassis. And here's what exploded, the paper capacitor that's soldered across the AC line input. And here's the foil remains of said capacitor. And this is a classic example of why you should never just plug in a tube radio just to test it. These old capacitors can become leaky and sometimes dead short, and they can explode just like what this one did. And in some cases they can create a shock hazard, a fire hazard, or burn up expensive parts in the radio. But I'm not going to plug this in until I go through it and recap it, and then we'll see how well it works. And I picked up this little 13-inch Sanyo TV from probably the late 90s, early 2000s. That's nothing that I plan on keeping. I just bought that to try to flip and make a few dollars off of. I can still get $15-20 for one of these in good shape. Then I picked up a few more records, a stack of 45s here, and a couple of albums, and Alan Sherman album, My Son, the Folk Singer, which I've never seen that album before, and The Name Game by Shirley Ellis. Both of these are mono albums that look to be in good shape. We got some 45s here. Queen, Bohemian Rhapsody, and You're My Best Friend. Earth, Wind, and Fire, Let's Groove. The Original Cast, 110 Soldier. The Rolling Stones, Tumbling Dice, Pink Floyd, Money. Here's a test pressing, Columbia test pressing, Stephen Bishop, Everybody Needs Love. Peter Frampton, Baby I Love Your Way. A lot of these are promo copies. Dionne Warwick, Who Is Gonna Love Me, and There's Always Something There to Remind Me. Mac Wiseman, The Ballad of Davy Crockett, that's probably from around 53, 54. Johnny Maddox, Angry and Shine. Bobby Waddell, The Cha-Cha-Cha. Edwin Starr, I'm Still a Struggling Man. The Letterman, Run to My Loving Arms. Jimmy Cliff, I Am the Living. Dean Martin, Send Me the Pillow You Dream On. The Notations, Just You and Me. Caribbean Queen, Billy Ocean. The Loveland Orchestra, Love Song from the motion picture The Gentleman Tramp. Eddie Arnold, Baby That's Living, and Here Comes Heaven. Frank Sinatra, It Was a Very Good Year, and Moment to Moment. Connie Francis, Forget the Money. Andy Williams, Canadian Sunset, and the Hawaiian Wedding Song. Another Frank Sinatra, That's Life, in the September of My Years. Diana Ross and the Supremes, Forever Came Today. Waterbed, Herbie Mann. Diana Ross, Ain't No Mountain High Enough. Firefall, Living Ain't Living. Conway Twitty, Maybe Baby and Shake It Up, from 1957 on the Mercury label, one of his earlier recordings. The Monkees, The Girl I Knew Somewhere, and A Little Bit Me, A Little Bit You. Elvis Presley, Way Down. Paul McCartney and Wings, Band on the Run, in 1985. That's a later Capitol label reissue. The originals were on the Apple label. Raiders, Indian Reservation, and Grand Funk Railroad, Foot Stomping Music. Now, all these records need cleaning up, and none of them would be considered high fidelity, but they're good enough to play on my vintage record players and such. Okay, there you go. That's today's electronics and records finds. Thanks for watching, and more to come later.